Say hello to the camera, Josephine.
Hello.
Josie doesn't like heights. She doesn't like being on the counter. So we're going to show you a port change with all the stuff in her bag that we just showed you from the previous video. So to start, we're going to get this first one coming off. Let me see if I can do a close-up real quick of Josie's port. So this is her old port site. You can see. So there's your tubing and everything. Back. We're going to take that Unisolve and cover that. I'm going to unclip her and get that on there. And I like to wipe around where I had the skin tack before that made her skin kind of sticky around the edges too. So we get that soaking. And we're going to let that sit for a little bit. And all the trash I like to put back in the Ziploc bag. It makes it easier to do. Now we're going to open up her bag and pull out her pump. And then unthread her old tubing. So here's her pump. Let's see if I can do this close up so you can see it. So at this point we're going to turn her pump on, and you can see it's locked. We keep her pump locked. Push the two arrows at the same time, and that brings it on. And you can see from this that she has 25 units left in her pump. So we're going to go down to prime and rewind. And it's a checklist of things that we do, and we're going to go to rewind. Let's see if I can get that a little bit more closer. We're going to go up to rewind and hit OK. And it tells us, hey, make sure that you're disconnected from the person with diabetes. We go up to go rewind, and now the machine's going to start rewinding. There it goes. It takes in a minute, so while we do that, we're going to sit that down. You're doing great. Well, we're going to get that one off. We're going to put a new one on. Josie said there's a little bit of blood coming out, and that port's been on her for a while, so that's a reason why we changed the port, to do a new one. So now we've put together that it's from this bag that the insulin holder was in. We twist the needle on with the cap, put the blue piece on, snap it down in there and wiggle it. It's in there good. And we're going to push all the air up out of that and take the cap off. And we're going to start doing the insulin. Normally, I would pull the insulin out of the 25 units that were left, but for the sake of this video, I'm not going to do that because it takes me a while to get the air bubbles out. And it's going to sing to us because it's not connected to her. So, and it also says low battery. So we're going to say confirm, and it goes back to the main menu. So now we're taking her Humalog insulin and the pen, and see if I can do this where you can see it. Good job! Look at that. Josie pulled her old thing off. That's her old Hypafix. So we're just going to drop that down in the bag, and I guess while she's got that off, put that down. We're going to go ahead and put the rest of the Unisolve on the other part. So we open up the other Unisolve. Sometimes there's liquid in there, and I like to dump it over it. It just saves some extra liquid. So then we coat that really well. That's Josie's Dexcom monitor going off. She's 274. But she's good because she's got insulin in her system. So we get that coated really good. You can see, hard for me to tell, there we go. You can kind of see the spot where it's getting a little bloody right there, which means we need to change it. Yep, so we're going to change it. All right. So, you say hi, Josie?
Hello.
Good. Now she's a happy girl. Okay. So now we're going to take our Humalog insulin in our pen. We tip the bottle upside down, insert the needle into the cap, and then we're going to draw up one line under 100 units. So I just pull that back. Normally you would put air in there first, which I missed that part. So you're just going to pull that back. We're going to pull it back a little further because there's a pretty big air bubble in there. Okay.
Mama, you're in the way.
I'm in the way. Well, I'm showing people how to do your port chain. So now what we do is there's a big, huge air bubble in there. I don't know if you can see it in the video, but we're going to tap it to get it to the center, and we're going to slowly...
Mama?
Yes?
Is only Grandma going to get to see this video?
No, I might put it on your Facebook page so other people can see it. Maybe there's other parents of kids with diabetes that want to watch somebody else do it, because I watched somebody else do a video like this before you got a pump. So it's kind of a pain.
Hello, I'm bigger now.
There's Josie. And this would of course have to happen when I'm doing a video, that I have the hugest air bubble in the top. So there we go. Okay, I got the air bubble pushed up to the top, and you can kind of tell when the air bubble's pushed to the top because you can see it come up to here. And you don't have to push it all the way up to here, because in a second we're going to take that needle off to hook it up to her port. So it looks like we've got roughly a little less than 90 units, which for Josie is plenty. Probably slightly too much, but that's fine, especially since we're doing the video. So we put the cap back on, and we're just going to sit it down for a second, because normally while it was rewinding I would have opened this part of it. This is her tubing. A port change is a clean change, which they just say you should just wash your hands. You don't have to sanitize everything and be crazy about it. So I just wash my hands with soap and water before I do it. So we get all the stuff off. There's a couple of things in there that are kind of useless. I don't really even know what they're for, honestly. I think it's like to clip into the port if you wanted to. And there goes our pump again, telling us that it's not giving somebody insulin. So I take it and kind of stretch her cord out a little bit. And then there's this little cap on there to protect the needle, which you can see right there in the center. This is the hardest part for Josie, is pulling that off. You want to pull it off yourself? Or do you want me to do it?
Me.
Okay, you can do it. While Josie works on that, we're going to put our insulin back in our box. So there she goes. So now we're going to disconnect our old tubing by twisting this off. This you have to thread through the tubing, so then the tubing just twists right off there. But what we're going to do is... It's okay. Oh, no. Okay, we're going to pause for a second.